I want to take a page, Brooklyn, if I might, if I may, from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when he said that the measure of a man is not where they stand in times of comfort and convenience. And if I may paraphrase, it's where they stand when things are sure enough going wrong. That's the measure of a man.
Who you are and what you do, what you fight for, who you fight for, and who you fight against, it's always relevant.
54 years ago, you were in the front lines of trying to desegregate school housing at the University of Chicago. You were even arrested. What was it that motivated a 20-year-old white kid from Brooklyn to do that?
When you are willing, at the age of 19, to know that in Chicago, housing discrimination against African-American folks was rotten to the core, and you are willing to be chained to a black woman on the front line, that's the measure of a man.
Just today in the Chicago Tribune, if we can put this up on the screen, surfaces this photo of a young Bernie Sanders being arrested in 1963 on the south side of Chicago in the midst of the civil rights movement. I think that's a picture that's going to speak 1,000 words.
His history defines him. But it's not just about what he did in the 60s and the 80s and the 90s. It is what he is doing right now.
I'm here because working class and poor people deserve a chance at economic freedom. And yes, if you work 40 hours a week, you should not be in poverty.
My radical idea is that in America, if somebody works 40 hours a week, that person should not live in poverty. All right, that's the radical idea. I believe we should raise the minimum wage to a living wage, and that is $15 an hour over the next several years.
Bernie Sanders has introduced the Stop Bezos Act.
Bernie Sanders recently unveiled his bill that aims to end corporate welfare for companies like Amazon and Walmart.
He introduced the Stop Bezos Act, and today it appears he did. Bezos and Amazon announcing that they are going to go to a 15-hour minimum wage.
Amazon is raising the minimum wage for all of its workers across the United States, including part-time, temporary, seasonal employees. It's $15 an hour.
Never have I been able to make that much. I have 4 kids. So me working by myself, sometimes I don't have enough.
I am here as a proponent for a political revolution that says health care is a right of every citizen.
The American people want to know what we're going to do to fix a dysfunctional health care system, which costs us twice as much per person as any other country, and yet leaves 28 million people uninsured and even more underinsured.
First of all, let's talk about healthcare, and let's talk about the enormous crisis that exists in healthcare, and let's talk about the fact that the United States, along with South Africa, is the only industrialized nation in the world that does not have a national healthcare system.
How can that be that in the United States of America that I am paying so much for insulin? $1,000 pay got me 6 months of insulin for my son, and what's so incredible to me, I paid $1,000. You know, that's still less than what I pay a month in the United States. How can we be the greatest country and I am paying that much?
I'm not here to talk about a dream that we think is unattainable, so we settle for less.
The true measure of a man, somebody that is willing to lead, somebody that is willing to have a vision even when other folks can't see it.
To me, what socialism means is democracy. It means doing away with a system where 1% of the population owns half of the wealth, where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
But while I'm here, I have to tell you that in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that Senator Bernie Sanders is the right man to lead this country.
Standing up for working people in this country, black, white, brown, red, yellow, and the swirl in between.
Unlike any other candidate in my life, he says that education should be free for every citizen of this country. I don't trust the church or the government, a Democrat, Republican, a pope or a bishop or those other men. But after spending 5 hours tonight After spending 5 hours with someone who has spent the last 50 years radically fighting for your rights and mine, I can tell you that I am very proud tonight to announce the next president of the United States, Senator Bernie Sanders.
What kind of a person would you like to see as president of the United States?
Well, I would like to see somebody who has the guts to begin to stand up to the people who own this country, to recognize that in our nation today we have an extreme disparity between the rich and the poor, that elections are bought and sold and controlled by people who have huge sums of money. So my first concern is to have a president who has the courage to look reality in the face and say that we need some radical changes in this country so that every American can have the opportunity to have a decent standard of living and live a decent life.